Hi YouTube, welcome back to PickACard Tutorials. It's Ben here once again, and today I'm going to be showing you my 4-ace routine. This involves 3 ace tricks that are combined into a longer routine, and I'll be talking a little bit more about the moves that you're going to need to do the tricks. Some of the moves are more complicated than others, some of them are relatively straightforward. I'm also going to be talking about how to use these tricks individually and as a routine. There's no set rule that says you've got to do them all as a routine. They do all work very nicely on their own. And I'll be talking a little bit about that in more detail later on. So this is going to be a series of videos rather than doing one long one. But first of all, I'm going to start off by giving you a performance, and it begins a little bit like this. I get the spectator to call out stop anywhere they like down the deck, in this case right there by the 8 of spades. Now that first card that they've stopped at, in this case the 6 of diamonds, that's going to tell me how far away the first ace is. In this case it's going to be 6 from the top. There's ace of hearts. Now for the next ace, all I need to do is cut the deck twice to get to the ace of diamonds, which is right there. The third one, I actually need to reach into the deck, in this case next to the 5 of spades, to find the ace of clubs. And for the final ace, the ace of spades, this one I often get wrong, so I have to pull on. See, I'm nowhere near there with the 8 of hearts, but actually all I do is I give the 8 of hearts a little flick, and it turns into the ace of spades. So, since we've got the 4 aces out, I'm going to show you something with them. We've got the spades, the hearts, and the clubs, and the diamonds, okay? Now, if I were in a casino as a dealer, I'd probably turn the cards over very fairly. I'd do something like that. Now, if I was a swindler, a card sharp, I'd probably do something like that, so you can't actually see me turning the cards over, but rest assured, the ace of spades goes the other way. But if I give them a spin, this is as a magician, a very unique way of turning cards over. I give them a spin, and they turn themselves over. There's the ace of diamonds, right there. I give it another spin. The ace of diamonds goes back down, and there's the ace of clubs. Now, if I turn the ace of clubs back over, and I spin it again, we'll see we get the ace of hearts turning itself over, and I am just using the 4 aces here. Now, let me put the ace of hearts to the top, and at this point, if I put all 3 cards underneath, 3 remaining cards under the ace of hearts, the ace of spades is a tricky one, because actually, when you spin it the first time, nothing happens. But if you can actually go like this and give it a little crack in the middle, the ace of spades turns itself over, and I am just using 4 normal aces here. So, once we've established the aces have magical properties, we can start doing something a little bit more interesting with them. But to begin with, I need you to select a card which we'll come back to in a little while, say right there by the 5 of diamonds. Now I'm going to leave it over here, and we'll come back to it in a little bit, but don't let me forget it. Now in order for this to work, I need to give some partners to the aces. These are going to act as companions, and they're going to help the aces to perform their magic. So we have some partners to go with the aces right there, and I'll leave the rest of the deck over there. Now watch very carefully as the ace of hearts goes onto the top of its packet, and as the cards are dealt down, you'll see the ace of hearts disappears. Completely vanishes. Watch again with the ace of clubs. It goes onto the top of the deck, and as we deal down, you'll notice the ace of clubs disappears as well. Now, as you're watching the ace of diamonds, you'll notice the more you watch, you'll be watching very closely at this stage, the more you watch, the less you see. And the less you see, the better for me. And the final one, the ace of spades. This is a tricky one as always, because it's got the most ink with it. But as you deal the cards down, you'll actually see the ace of spades vanishes just like the rest. Now indeed, this is only half a trick really. You can't just have something disappear. You do need to bring it back. So I'm going to show you 4 ways in which we can bring the card back. We'll start out with a self-working trick. These are the first tricks you learn when you get into magic, and we'll develop to something really beautiful. So first of all, we're going to use this card that was selected earlier, in this case the 7 of clubs. Now this the 7 of clubs has got a twin, as do all cards in the deck. The twin of the 7 of clubs is the 7 of spades. If I wave the 7 of clubs over the deck, hopefully it will talk to its twin and give me the 7 of spades. Right there. Now, indeed, this isn't an ace, as well you can see, but what the 7 of spades is going to do, it's going to tell me how far away the first ace is. In this case, it's going to be 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have our first ace, the ace of clubs. Now, for the next one, I'm going to employ a little bit of sleight of hand. If you watch carefully, do you see that? No? Well, what I actually did there, I turned over the second ace, the ace of hearts, is now flipped over in the deck. Now, for the next ace, I'm going to spell to it. I'm going to spell one card for each letter. So I'm going to spell ace of diamonds. So here we go. A, C, E, O, F, D, I, A, M, O, N, D, S. Ace of diamonds. Now, the final one, I promised you something beautiful, but in order to get something beautiful with the ace of spades, I need to enlist the help of the other three aces. So if we take the ace of clubs, and the ace of hearts, and the ace of diamonds. Now, what I'm going to do, normally at this point I'd get a spectator to pop their hands over, but in this case we're going to use the card case right there. If I could shuffle the deck and bring to the top the missing ace, the ace of spades, that would be a good trick, wouldn't it? But I can tell at this stage you're not going to be impressed enough with that, so I'm going to try something really, really magical. If I take the top card and I wave it over the card case, you'll actually see that one card turns into three cards, three aces that are underneath the card case, and underneath the card case of the spectator's hands we have the ace of spades. That's my 4-ace routine. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be putting up subsequent videos to show exactly how I did that, to highlight all the moves that I used in it, and everything you'll need to create your own routine. All it uses is an ordinary deck of cards. I will see you again very soon for the tutorial.